Hello, everybody. Welcome to Most Wanted Topics. I'm your host, Kevin Dennison, along with me, Atomic Tommy. How you doing, Atomic Tommy?
Not too bad.
Man, what a week. What a week. We are another episode coming in here hot.
Hot, yep.
I'm telling you we're getting ready to kick off summer. Memorial Day weekend is just, it's a great weekend. I mean, summer's here, school's over for everybody, and we're getting ready to have a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, we have to send a special congratulations out. Logan, congratulations, buddy. A special day for you. You graduated high school. We're really proud of you at Most Wanted Comics. We're happy that you're a customer of ours. We've gotten to watch you grow up over the years. And, boy, what a fine young man you turned out to be. And we wish you all the success in the world. And a special shout out to you on your graduation, buddy. A big round of applause. Congratulations. Yeah, we wish you all the best on your future endeavors, my friend, and all the best. And then keep coming in to see us because, gosh, we just like having you as a customer and as a friend. And also, Memorial Day weekend is a big weekend. We like to honor those that have fallen serving their country and also remembering all the loved ones we have lost in our lives. So we like to celebrate Memorial Day weekend appropriately here in the Most Wanted Comics family. So the good news is after Memorial Day weekend is over and we're done celebrating, relaxing with our family and friends, we have to announce that we're kicking off our summer hours.
Summer hours.
Most Wanted Comics will now be open Tuesday through Sunday. I know there's some of you that are like, well, what the hell's the difference? We were always closed Mondays and Tuesdays. We're only open Wednesday through Sundays. But for this summer, we decided, because we've had people ask, and for our summer hours here right after Memorial Day, so Tuesday, we will now be open Tuesdays from 11 to 5. So Tuesday through Sunday, we will now be open through summer. So we hope everybody that's planning their road trips and planning their summer vacations can put Most Wanted Comics on their map. We'd also like to spend a special shout out to some people that have planned special trips. Let's say hi to the General Mills contingent in Arkansas. We want to thank you for coming out and seeing us in person. That was a real pleasure. Thank you. We want to say hello to our Northern fan club up there in Duluth and up in the Iron Range. So I want to say thank you to that contingent that came down. And also from North Dakota. Want to say hi to our North Dakota contingent. Hey, special thanks to you guys for coming out and always supporting Most Wanted Comics. And all our usuals, we got to say hi to Jimmy the Seuser. Special shout out to Matt and JD and Sonia and Tanya. And boy, there's so many people. Sorry, we'll try to mention you sometimes. I get on a rant and I forget sometimes. But thank you to everyone who supports Most Wanted Comics. And we have a lot to talk about today. We went over the summer hours. Let's kick it off with what came out this past week and what we have to look forward to coming out this week for Memorial Day weekend. Atomic Tommy, let's take it away with some good takes.
Man, let me tell you, we got some bangers coming out this week. We had a banger last week, man. Let's start with Doom. Wow, Doom was incredible.
It was great to see Doom.
I loved Doom, man. A Hickman classic, Fantastic Four classic, Valeria, Doom, Galactus, these epic characters that were present in Hickman's Fantastic Four run from back in the day, coming back in this Doom one-shot. I love the fact that it's a one-shot. I think Marvel doesn't do enough one-shots. I think it's a great opportunity to feature a solo, sort of confined story that doesn't have to span into a million other things. I love the confined one-shots. I love that this was a one-shot, and I loved seeing Hickman back on Doctor Doom. Galactus was epic. It's fun to see Galactus just go off, be Galactus, eat worlds, go crazy. That final shot of Doom looking up, standing down Galactus, that was
I tell you what. Doom is a classic character. He was also in our March brackets.
Yep.
And I tell you what, is such a cool character, and Hickman doing it. But here's the thing for the fans that kind of chime in. Would that compare? Was the Hickman run better than the Byrne run in Fantastic Four?
No,
I mean, you're talking some epic.
We're talking writing versus really art here. I think the Byrne run, Hickman's an excellent writer, but that's what he's known for. I think a lot of people, John Byrne's art is, it's distinct. It defines the Bronze Age in comics. And, I don't think you can really equate that.
You can't really compare writing to art, but I mean, just everybody liked incredible. Everybody liked the Byrne run of Fantastic Four, and then
some people have a problem with Hickman's Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is one of those titles where people are really picky about it. They have different people. Dan Slott wrote Fantastic Four, some people didn't like Slott's Fantastic Four. Hickman, wrote Fantastic Four. Some people didn't like that, right? It's one of those things where different writers have different takes on the characters, and just some people don't like it.
Well, Hickman was spot on this week with Doom.
It was a great book, man. If you haven't read Doom, it was the highlight of the week. It was the standout of the week. I mean, you got to pick up Doom, really. It was so good. All right.
And hey. Excellent work, Hickman.
Excellent work. As always. Again, if you don't like Jonathan Hickman, you're not going to like Doom because it's a very Hickman-style book. But I like Jonathan Hickman. I know a lot of my friends like Jonathan Hickman, okay? And we all like to put, Doom. So we're going to, that's Doom. We're going to stop it there, and we're going to move on to what's coming out this week. We got two bad boys talking about this week. Nightwing. 114, the beginning of the end.
This is the start.
Starts this week. The final arc begins here for Tom Taylor. After that, who knows what's going to happen? I haven't heard anything about a new writer. I haven't heard any.
Kind of nervous about that.
Continuation.
Nightwing's been such a strong run for so long. It's tough to change.
It's tough to change, and when you come off a long-standing creative team and a standing writer like that, it's hard to adapt to a new style. So I think it's right to be worried. I think we're all right to be a little skeptical. But
I just don't want him to screw up Nightwing. Nightwing's been a staple in DC. It's just been a sturdy book. Every time it comes out, it sells well. It doesn't get poo-pooed on a lot. People like it. It's just one of those quiet running things. It's a winner.
I'd say Nightwing is probably DC's most popular character right now. I mean, obviously, Superman and Batman are obviously staples. Everybody likes Superman. Everybody knows Batman. But if we're really talking fan favorites, I think Nightwing's at the top. I mean, Nightwing for years has been, he's been featured more in the media. He has a much stronger presence in comics now. People love Nightwing. So for them not to continue Nightwing, I think they're definitely going to, just because of how powerful, not only how powerful that book can be for a lot of people and how strong of a title that is. I think they're definitely going to continue Nightwing. It's just a matter of how, and I guess we'll have to wait and see. The other book coming out this week, Amazing Spider-Man number 50. I only mention it because it's number 50. It's a big book.
Yep, it's going to be a big book.
They're bringing back the Green Goblin.
We've talked about this.
We don't quite know how yet. I've already given my take. We're not going to go into it. But that comes out this week, and we are all eager to see how that turns out. We will be discussing it next week. Oh, it's going to be a big one.
I just don't know. Is it going to be negative? Lately,
depends what they do.
You've been pooping all over Amazing Spider-Man.
In my defense, it's not that good. So,
well, I think everybody knows that. But
I think, not that we no one person is at fault here.
Don't make a Tommy mad over issue number 50.
I don't like
we have to hear about it.
I don't like to be too harsh, but sometimes it is what it is, and what it is it's not very good. So. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 50 this week.
What about in the Dark Horse or any independents coming out in the smaller Image or anything good coming out?
I don't know. Image outside of the Energon universe stuff. There's not a ton that.
You know what came out, and I'll talk about this next week. How good of a series so far. Issue 2 has come out. Redcoat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Redcoat is like my new Highlander.
Thank you for reminding me. The Ghost Machine stuff this week also comes out. Rook Exodus. I almost forgot. Last week Redcoat came out. The week before Geiger. Personally, I'm a Geiger fan. Okay, but Redcoat was also really cool. I've been enjoying all titles. Looking forward to Rook Exodus this week. And, of course, Void Rivals with another issue. I'm not going to... I don't want to spoil anything, but I think we're going to be getting some more Transformers in Void Rivals. I think they're going to be stepping up the sort of the tie-ins there, which
it's
I think
going to be fun,
really
isn't
cool.
it? It's going to be a lot of fun. But if you haven't read these, you really got to get on board the train here. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
It's coming out, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't read Redcoat, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we check out all the titles, man. Ghost Machine, they're made by pros.
I haven't read Ghost Machine yet, but I'm looking forward to catching up on that one. But you've got it handled well.
Yep.
So I mean, unbelievable. They're putting out good work. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything else we got to talk about?
We do. We have to talk about all the new MCU television news that came out this past week.
That's right. There's a lot of news out there.
It's been pumping up. I think it was last Tuesday, actually, we got confirmation of the Agatha show, which I think is really interesting. I don't really know what the show is called. It has so many titles. And it was actually a genius marketing ploy on their part. For the past, really since the show was announced 2 years ago, we've seen all of these announcements and rumors and leaks of all the titles. And every few months, it felt like there was a different title. Well, as it turns out, they're all the title. Every single title that was leaked actually is the title. I think that, call it a leak if you want, who knows, but I think it was some pretty genius marketing on Marvel's part, getting people hyped up, using sort of the negative, what's this gonna be, to their favor. And we'll see how
they did a good job turning that around.
Yeah, I think we'll see how Agatha turns out. Rumor has it they're going to be introducing, or rather reintroducing, Wanda's kids, Billy and Tommy, Wiccan and Speed, two very important characters to the Young Avengers, specifically Wiccan. And I think that's going to be huge for the MCU, especially the Young Avengers team they're building. The other thing we got cooking, Ironheart. Okay, I thought that was canceled. Apparently, it's not.
And I thought that was gone a long time
I
ago.
thought yeah. Look, I'm gonna be real. Okay, I was not a huge fan of Ironheart in Black Panther 2. Not that I have anything against the character. I actually don't mind the character in the comics. I think it's kind of cool. But I really don't like how they adapted her in the movie. I really, the suit was kind of mid. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. And I, again, nothing wrong with the character. I just a little skeptical of it in the movie. Didn't really work for me. And with everything going on this past couple of years with Marvel, I thought for sure the show was going to get canned, just because everything felt like it was on the chopping block. And Ironheart was just one of those shows that was kind of in development. It was kind of not, there were set photos, and then they went on break, and then you had the writer's strike and all this stuff. So it just felt like it wasn't going to happen. But apparently it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
So we'll see where that goes. I'm not quite sure how they're going to work her in, especially with sort of the RDJ rumors, with him coming back. I don't know if that's true. Obviously, everything's a rumor, but, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with that. But that's Ironheart, the big one. However, the big one, Daredevil, Born Again.
Excited for this one.
Everyone's hyped about Daredevil, man. Everybody wants Daredevil. I mean, wow. For the past few months, we've been getting these set photos. The suit looks great. John Bernthal back as the Punisher looks great. Bullseye looks great. Kingpin looks great, man. I'll tell you what, this show is gearing up to be the highlight of the MCU in this next year. It comes out next March, 2025. 9 episodes, I think. Just pure Daredevil greatness here. Apparently, they showed I don't know exactly what event this all got dropped at. It was some event that obviously we didn't get to see, and they apparently showed some sort of teaser, which I'd like to see. I think that's dumb. Why don't we get to see? I think that's pretty stupid. I'd like to see that, but that's sort of the MCU news at this point. I think Wonder Man is still happening. They didn't talk about Wonder Man, I don't think, at the event, but Wonder Man is still happening at this point, man. I don't really know what is canceled anymore. We had all these lists, things. This isn't happening, but who knows, man? Everything could be happening.
There's going to be a lot going on.
There's going to be a lot going on. We've had Bob Iger come out the last few months and say that they're going to really trim down, 3 movies a year, 2 shows, that, sticking to that format, but I don't know, man.
Except
I'll
for
wait.
The ones you've already started producing.
Except for those
but
ones.
We're going to cut it down, but we've started 100 episodes already of these other titles, so don't worry about that.
I think, it's really interesting. I think they need to do sort of a State of the Union of Disney. Sort of let everybody know what the hell's going on over there.
They're struggling. They're
struggling over there. We're struggling to figure it out over here, but hey.
You know what, though? I think Daredevil is... I don't know a single person that said, boy, I hope they quit making Daredevil.
Yeah, I've never heard
everybody's looking forward to it. And for me, it's got Punisher in it.
And it's got Punisher.
Anytime you can add Punisher, it makes the story better. It's like adding bacon to a burger.
A potential...
It's like bacon makes everything better.
It makes everything better. And a potential cameo crossover. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Daredevil. 2 classic street-level Marvel characters potentially crossing over. The thought of that is epic. I want that. Please.
You know what we need is more Punisher.
We need more Punisher, but I think you're gonna get it. We need more. We need more cowbell.
We need more Punisher.
More Punisher.
What we need is more Punisher.
Yeah. I got a fever.
I got a fever.
And the only prescription is more Punisher. All right, let me tell you.
Thank you for Christopher Walken. And mention quote Christopher Walken for copyright purpose.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I tell you what, like I said, Punisher makes everything better. It's only going to be that much better with the Punisher in it. Bernthal plays the perfect Punisher. I like the casting for it. I just hope to keep going strong with it. I think actually it's casted well for all of it.
I think it's all cast well. And I had the pleasure of meeting both Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio this past summer. They were both great people to talk to, great people to meet. I met John Bernthal this past March at Planet Comic Con. He was great. They're just amazing. It's an amazing cast. They play their roles perfectly. I don't think anybody should be, Daredevil's going to be great, okay? Everybody quit your complaining. Daredevil's going to be great.
Yeah, everyone loves Daredevil, and there's some people that poo-poo it. But you got to give it, Disney screws a lot of stuff up lately.
Yeah, that's true. But
it's still Daredevil. And it's casted correctly, so it should be good.
Yeah.
I think you don't have to worry, folks. I think it'll be all right enough to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially there's Punisher in it.
Especially since it has Punisher. Come on.
Cool. All right, we're going to bring in the Mighty Mafu for a quick take, and then we're going to wrap this up. We'll be right back with the Mighty Mafu, everybody.
All right, Mafu, let's talk about X-Men 97. One of the greatest shows to come out of Marvel in the last 4 years. One of the greatest pieces of X-Men, media to come out in the last 10 years. I mean, wow. Yeah. What an incredible show.
And the ending, like the final episode, was amazing. Some of the key highlights.
Yeah, we're going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible. We know not everybody's had a chance to watch it yet. We know it hasn't even been a week, so we're going to try and keep it. There are going to be a few spoilers, so I can't guarantee it completely spoiler-free, but, we're going to keep it light for you guys. But, man, let's just start with this. How does it compare to the original X-Men show? Now, for me, I'm not a huge fan of the original X-Men show, right? Ugh. It's very much a 90s show, and to be honest, I don't think it really ages all that well to today. For me, it does a great job adapting the stories and stuff, but I could just go read an X-Men comic. I never really got attached to it. I liked it, but it was kind of I was never a huge fan of the X-Men show from the 90s. It just didn't really... I really just had no reason to watch it, honestly, just because, as an X-Men fan, I can read the comics, right? And this very much felt like, I think, an improvement of the show in a lot of ways. One, it did a great job of bringing these characters and these stories into more of a modern time, better animation, better quality. I just think it was a much better show and a lot easier to get into than the original 90s cartoon. I know that might be a bit of a hot take, but for me...
you better watch what you say around some people, Tommy, because we have a lot of X-Men fans.
For me, the night I didn't grow up with the 90s cartoon. I wasn't alive for the 90s, so that show, really didn't... I wasn't really around for that show, right? So I really didn't have a reason to watch it, right? And so to see it come back, I think was an opportunity for me to jump in, and it was great that you didn't really need to have watched the 90s show to really get involved in this X-Men 97. Sure, context is good, but it was really its own stuff. You got to know the characters even if you never watched the show, and I think that's one of the greatest things about it. It's a continuation and it's a new story, which that's not always easy to pull off. So I think they did a great job with that. Yeah, and I'm feeling the X-Men fever. I'm an X-Men fan now.
So that final episode, I'm going to talk about some highlights from the episode that I found was really interesting and really cool. What I found was really cool was when Bastion, the main villain, the human cyborg, ripped off Cable's arm and basically made it into a new Archangel type, body with the wings and everything. And that was pretty cool, but also pretty brutal. Yeah. And then he just beat Cable with it. And I was, okay. But then the battle on Asteroid M. That whole battle was amazing. I thought the fight between the X-Men and Bastion was cool. And just the way how they just beat the crap out of Bastion. And he even looked like Two-Face. Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding. Like, he had one jaw exposed. And it was awesome. But sadly, he died. He was a really good villain. I mean, it even tops Omega Red and Magneto for that. And the other thing I want to talk about is when Charles is in Magneto's mind, Eric's mind. And he's basically telling him, like, hey, I'm going to help you become a hero and see, and I'm going to show you what you did was wrong. And, you know, because Eric, he has people in his life that keep him like a hero, like Rogue and Scarlet Witch. But the other stuff, because when he lost his memories, because Eric lost his memories in the episode, and he felt the water, it was really cold. And that's because he done all these terrible things, and he couldn't feel his parents because they died during the Holocaust, because he's like a Holocaust survivor. And this show, this episode, was a really great way to show Eric reform the Earth, because in last episode, he was destroying the Earth's magnetic core. Mm-hmm. After he got out of Bastion's handle, but the rest of the episode was amazing with all the cameos. Oh, yep. the cameos. Peter Parker, Daredevil, Cloak and Dagger, Black Panther.
Yep.
All great cameos. And the ending. We have to talk about the ending. When they are all scattered across time, like Rogue and the Professor and Beast and Nightcrawler, are all in ancient Egypt with a young apocalypse.
Yep, very cool. Again, spoiler. I think we're gonna cut the spoilers there. Okay, we don't want to give everything away, but I think there's a lot to that. I think the ending was great. I feel like I should clarify. I'm not a '90s X-Men hater. Okay, I don't hate the '90s X-Men show. I just never really got attached to it. I just never really enjoyed it. I know I'm probably gonna get some people, oh Tommy, you're out of line, man. That's a terrible thing. And I'm probably gonna get a little bit of that. But I just, I never really gravitated, never really got attached to the '90s X-Men. So I was a little skeptical watching this show. I was like, man, is this really for me? And it is. It's for everybody, man. It does a great job making. I don't have to have enjoyed the '90s show. This is its own thing. It's a continuation, but it's a new story. And I got into it, man. I loved it. And I'm an X-Men fan now. And I think one of the other things it did really well is with the character. Every character, it felt fleshed out, right? They made every character feel different, gave each character a story, realistic, arcs and everything. It was great.
Because it just seemed like each episode, each character had their own arc in that episode.
Yeah.
Like with Magneto, like he was a hero for the first couple of episodes, and then he became...
Every character was good. It was faithful to the comics. It had incredible animation. Cyclops is cool. Magneto's cool. All these characters now are just cool. It's just a cool show that does a lot of good, I think, for the X-Men franchise after... a lot of people like the Krakoan X-Men comics, but a lot of people, myself included, don't. And for a long time, it just felt like X-Men, especially modern X-Men, was impossible to get into because of how far it's been going and how convoluted it all is, and it's just too much. And I think this show does a great job bringing it back, making it easy to follow, and just easy to enjoy. And that's one of the reasons why I think this show is great.
Yeah.
X-Men 97 was great.
Can't wait for the second season.
It
said to be continued.
With that, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yep. Well, it was great. The whole show was amazing. Credit to the Marvel animators. You got to give credit to them.
Yep. Absolutely. All right.
Have a good day, everyone.
Yep.
All right. Good job, boys, on that. That was a good job. X-Men 97 is a fun show. I enjoy it myself. I enjoy watching it with you guys. So, yeah, looking forward to the second season. Hopefully it goes well if they have it. All right, I think I just want to make sure everybody has a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. Remember the reason we have it, and we hope everybody gets through it safely and fun. And we're looking forward to being open on Tuesdays now, everybody. And the next week we should have some more announcements coming your way. And the store is really going to be jumping this summer. So let's make it a great Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see everybody after the holiday. And have a good one, everybody.